Hey, what's up, guys? So today should be an actual pretty easy slate, I should say. And usually when it's this easy, it's when it fucking fails. So be careful with that. Just take my word for it, man. When it's too easy to see these games and all this stuff that we're doing here, it makes pretty much sometimes it should be very difficult. That's what it's like pretty much. I guess what I'm trying to say is that when the slate is this easy, it usually fails. So just be aware of that. What I'm trying to say here again, let's go. I'm going to start talking to you right now. There's a lot of heavy favorites, and some of these favorites are ridiculous. They're like minus 14, minus 15. Some of them I think I went all the way up to minus 17, which is ridiculous. So let me just kind of go through here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So for example, the Cavaliers right here, they started at 48 and 27. I'm sorry, the Knicks are going against the Cavaliers, but look at the line. It's a minus 10, even though the Knicks are awesome. So the reason for that, I believe, is that the Knicks are on a back-to-back and the Cavaliers are rested. So, and the Cavaliers are at home as well. So you can see the projected score right here is 12, and the line is Cavaliers by 12, and the line is 11 and a half. So this is what I'm talking about. These are very, very heavy favorites. You can see Carl Anthony Towns is questionable. Brunson has been out. They got a bunch of injuries right here. The Knicks are 6-2. The Knicks played yesterday. The Cavs are rested, but then the Cavs don't cover spreads. So the only way I would take the Cavs in this position is if you went with the money line, or because the Knicks are so powerful. But then again, they're on a back-to-back. So those are the situations here. So for today's main thing you have to worry about is what is the current spread, and did they play last night? That's pretty much the big one. So let's keep going here. The Pacers, you can see I got a bunch of notes over here, so let me just look at them. So the Pacers are 9-1, 90% in their last 9 games at home. Charlotte has a 19-56 record. The Hornets don't cover spreads. And the last time they played, or actually the margin right now is that they're supposed to win by 15 points. So all that right here, you can see. So this one, I like the Pacers, but you can see how crazy the spread is. That's what I'm talking about. Today is, they call this the National Blowout Association. Today is going to seem like that's what's going to happen. So anyways, I like the Pacers. I like the Cavaliers. What's up? What's up, Richard? Good morning. So again, guys, this is going to be, I'm not going to go into every detail. I'm just going to kind of read all my notes already instead of trying to go literally into every detail. But if you look at all the heavy favorites, and the way you got to do this is you got to kind of look at what they've covered in the last 5 games. So for example, let me just do this real quick. Let me see, give me a second. So for example, let's go to the Cavaliers, right? So I have a bunch of macros and stuff like that. So I'm going to just type it in, Cavaliers, and I'm just going to look at what in the last 5 games, when they won, not the last 5 games in general, but only when they've won. What is the margin that they've won by? I hope that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing for each one of these heavy favorites, because that's going to be the name of the game today. Unless you want to just pair up all the favorites. I mean, I'm not going to do that, but so here it is. It's giving me the information now. So 3 times. So I've already said this. Cavaliers only covered the spread, I think, 3 times in the last 10 games. So in the last 5 games, they've only covered the spread, 3 times. So they won by 4. This doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Let me see. 6.5. Okay. So they won by 11. They won by 8. They won by 8, and then they won by 11. So overall, they don't cover spreads, but they do win by around 7 points. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back in here. and we would mark down the Cavaliers to win by 7, right? So is this making sense, guys? Let me know. I don't want to get too confusing in here. But pretty much I'm looking at Cavaliers minus 7.5. So I'll write this down. Cavaliers. I don't want to be switching back and forth. So give me a second. Cavs minus, I'll probably do like a 6.5 just to be safe because the Knicks are so good. But then the Knicks also in a back-to-back. DJ says, I'm 8 for 11 in the last 3 days on slips, bro. Let's go. That's what's up, bro. Hell yeah. All right, so let's keep going here. Why is this thing not scrolling? Okay, here we go. So now let's do the Pacers. Now let's check when the Pacers are going to whoop on this team. The Hornets have no chance, especially with the Pacers at home. This might be the only team that I take, or not, I shouldn't say that, but the Pacers should whoop on this team. Let's see what the current line was. So you can see right here, they should win by 15. The current line is 15. Now let's just take a look at, do the same for Pacers. I'm just looking at what the spread is of when they win the last 5 games, how much they win by, and just kind of take an average from there. If it's ridiculous, then I won't touch it. But let's see. So they beat the Wizards by 53 points the last time they played. Then they lost to the Lakers 16-5-5. So so 53, it's all over the place. 53, they lost by 1. They won by 16. They won by 5. They won by 6. So this gives me no damn answer. So the Pacers, I'll probably just take them at either -4 or -3.5. So I'll write that down. Pacers. I'll show you my analysis after I'm done with this. I don't want to be hopping screens back and forth. So the Pacers, I'm going to write them down as -3.5. All right, let's keep going here. And I've already looked at all this stuff since last night. So the Kings, this is one a little bit questionable. The Kings should whoop on the Wizards pretty easily. You can see they're supposed to win by 20 right here, but then they don't cover spreads or something like that. You can see right here, they only cover the spreads 4 times, but then the Wizards don't cover it ever, pretty much. Then they got all these people that are out. So there's a lot of things here. The Kings, great research as always. Any baseball plays? Not yet. Not yet. I'm barely even looking at basketball. I do have a bunch of data for baseball, but I have not gotten started. So the Kings should whoop on these guys by 20 points. The current line is 12.5. Let me look at what the ATS for the Kings. Same for Kings. So like I started with this, guys, this slate is going to be more about what the margins are. So it's pretty simple. All the heavy favorites, they're all like -10.5 or above. Some of them are even, let me see what the highest one is. I think it's -17 or something ridiculous. These are all heavy favorites today. So Cavaliers are -10.5. Pacers are -14.5. The Kings are -12.5. Boston is -10.5. The Rockets are -17.5. The only one that's within less than 10 is Mavericks, -2.5. Then you got the Nuggets, 13.5. Thunder, 13.5. Pistons, 17.5. So it's hard to call, man, because I don't know. Let me just keep going here. So the Kings have only won twice in the last 5 games, and when they've won, they've only won by 10 points. So I'm not touching the Kings unless I go with the Kings money line. So I'll go Kings money line. And the only reason is because they're going against the Wizards. Otherwise, I wouldn't have touched this. I might just skip it. I don't know. I'll leave that as an optional. I doubt I'll touch that. There's a lot of reasoning behind it. So I'm not going to go through it. But basically, if you go through this right here, it'll give you a lot of reasonings why the Kings would win. So, for example, they're big-time favorites, struggling Wizards, have second worst record in the league. The spread has shown no movement. So that's another one. They don't show no movement. Money remains heavily, 79%. So all these reasons the Kings should win, but I'm not touching it. I'm sorry. If I touch it, it's going to be money line, not the spread. The Mavericks should win this game. The Mavericks are 26 and 11, 70%. They've been getting back when they're going against bottom 10 scoring defenses. The Hawks are missing Capella. So they've been missing Capella. They have an interior weak defense. The line moved 2 points towards Dallas. The projected win, they're supposed to win by 7. So there's a lot of information here. I do like the Mavericks, but I don't trust them at all. I might just take these straight up. So I would not combine these with anybody. So let's see. Dallas money line alone. So I would not. So basically, what I'm trying to say is I would not combine the Mavericks with another parlay because then it'll probably kill that parlay. I hope that makes sense. So I would rather do the Cavaliers -6.5 and the Pacers -3.5 together, and then do the Kings money line with somebody else, and then leave the Dallas Mavericks alone by themselves. Rockets are -17.5. Yeah, it's a ridiculous slate today. It's a heavy favorite slate today. There should be a lot of blowouts, and there might be one upset, but I doubt it. Hawks are on a back-to-back. They're going against the Mavericks, like I just said. -2.5. It went to a -4.5, so 2-point movement towards the Mavericks. Capella, top end is out. This guy's questionable. Hawks are 4-5 covering spreads, but then they got 6-5 over here. Again, they're on a back-to-back, so that affects that. This is one of the most competitive matchups for today. 2 points towards Mavericks, suggesting money coming in on Dallas. So again, I would take money line on Dallas, but don't touch that with nothing else. The Nuggets, I'm not touching this game. The Nuggets are played last night, so did the Spurs. So they're both on back-to-backs. They barely won. I think they won by 1 point. And this dude hit 60 points, triple-double, which is ridiculous as hell. But he's going to be exhausted as fuck too. So be careful with that again. And then again, they only cover the spreads 3 of the last 7, or the last 10, sorry. I'm not touching the Nuggets. I don't care how good they are. All right, now we got OKC Thunder and the Pistons. So OKC Thunder and the Pistons. I have a bunch of notes over here, so give me a second. So that's another thing. The Spurs are 71% in their last 7 games. So you got to be careful with that. Plus, Denver's missing Murray, Porter, which are starters. There's a big line shift towards the Spurs as well. All right. So the Thunder have an incredible 63-12 record. OKC has gone perfect 10-0 against the spread. Pistons have several injuries, and the Thunder are projected to win by 20. So again, let me look at Thunder. What's their margin? I think they win by 20 points, actually. So same for Thunder. I'm looking at the same thing with the spread, what they win by in the last 5 games when they win. And they've won pretty much 10 in a row already. So let's see. Let's keep going. The Clippers are going to whoop on the Pelicans. It's ridiculous. All these are the same way, man. So okay, let's see. I'm getting off topic here. So they beat the Bulls. So I'm going back to the Thunder now. They beat the Bulls by. Let me see. Let me go back to this game here. And I'm talking about specifically about the Thunder now. They beat the Bulls by 28 points. Then they beat the Pacers by 21. They beat the Grizzlies by 21. They beat the Kings by 16. And then they beat the Clippers by 2. So you average all that out, it's easily 15 points, pretty much. So let's see what this thing says. The average is. It doesn't give me the average. Anyways, I'm calling it right around 15 points. Oh, the Nuggets lost by 1? Okay, I knew it was close. I didn't pay attention. I was actually at the Bulls game yesterday, and I ended up walking out because it was such a damn blowout. I ended up walking out like in the beginning of the 4th quarter. They were winning by 20 points. I actually caught that one live when they started the game, and they were down by 7. So I hit that. I had the money line yesterday, and then when they started off bad, they were down 14-7. I hit that live again. I was actually going to share it, but I didn't trust the Bulls that much. Anyway, let's get into okay. OKC by 15. So I'm going to call this one. Let's see what the line is. 14. So they're supposed to win by 14. Let's take a look at the injuries. Let's take a look at the injuries for for Cunningham is questionable. Holland. Let's see. RotoWire. I'm gonna look at the injuries for. What am I looking at? Detroit. So you can see they got Cunningham down here, which he's not even up here as an expected. So this should be an easy win for OKC because they got all their people out over here. So I would say minus 9.5 on OKC. OKC minus 9.5. All right. Then we got Cavs, Pacers, Kings, OKC. Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the next one now. Pretty much this whole slate is like that. All right. And then the last one is the Clippers. And then I'll talk about baseball real quick. So the Clippers. Good morning. Yeah, Bob just answered you on the chat right there. So we have a lot of information already. We're looking at, I'm going to put it up on the board after this. I'm going to create a new sheet and then I'll post it, what I'm looking at. But then I want to talk about baseball also. So we'll go from there. If you guys can like this live, I would appreciate it. Okay, so let's keep going here. Clippers. What happened here? Why is this? So they removed, okay, so this is what I did. Let me go back. Sorry, I did something extra that now it erased my information, but I got it here on a different notepad. So here we go. New Orleans is a terrible 51-24 record. The projected margin to win by the Clippers is 24 points. The Clippers have gone 9-1 in the last 10 games. LA's offense is efficient. Pelicans' weak defense. Clippers are relatively healthy. So let's see what the win margin is for Clippers. Clippers win margin. Last 5. Hold on, let me log off my Wi-Fi because it's dragging me down. All right, here we go. All right, I'm waiting for the Clippers information to come up on what their win margin is. Let's see. So the win margin, they won by 8. They lost by 11 to the Cavaliers. They won by 3. They won by 6, and then they lost to the Thunder by 2. So they've only covered the spread twice in the last 10 games. I'm sorry, in the last 5. But they've been playing heavy, even with the Magic, which, I mean, the Magic have good defense. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't think I'm going to take the Clippers. Unless I could take them on the money line, but I know it's going to be expensive as hell because their spread is 17.5. Yeah, Bob, I think there was an issue here. It erased my Celtics information and my Rockets information, but I found it. So just give me bear with me. So let's see. I don't trust these guys. To be honest. Let's see what they've covered the spread 9 times. What the hell? So they do cover the spreads, but the minus 17.5 is ridiculous. So I'll do Clippers minus 9.5 as well. Let's do that. All right. So just because they've covered the spread right there. All right, now let's keep going here. No. Let's see. I was looking at OKC. Sorry. So I'll just tell you who is supposed to win. Okay, let me start there, and then we'll look at the rest of the teams. So the Cavaliers are supposed to win. Pacers are supposed to win. The Kings are supposed to win. The Celtics are supposed to win. Rockets are supposed to win. Mavericks are supposed to win. Denver, it says, to stay away. OKC is supposed to win. Clippers are supposed to win. Okay, so now let's go through this entire list and see who we're missing. If you guys are interested in this format here that I'm sharing right now, this is our proprietary software that we have scrapers for. Go to the link in the description and click on where it says True Edge Pro. It's all the way at the bottom under tools that we use. All right. So here we go. Cavaliers and Knicks. I like the Cavaliers. The Knicks are on a back-to-back. Pacers are going to whoop on the Hornets. The Pacers are great at home, and the Hornets suck. Kings are going to whoop on the Kings. I don't trust them that much, so I'll keep them as an optional. If I can't find anybody else to parlay the other teams with, Celtics. Here we go, Celtics. Celtics are going to win this game. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what the lines say. Celtics are 56-19. The Heat are 34-41. So they all maneuver them a lot. Miami is a 2-8 against the spread in the last 10, so they've only covered their spread twice. The Heat are missing Robinson, Wiggins, and Love, and Boston has gone 6-4 in the last 10 to cover spreads. So the projected margin is to win by 17 points, and the current line is 11. It did shift to, it was started at a 10.5 and it shifted to an 11. So the Boston, I might actually just take these guys straight up at a minus 10.5. Let's see what their margins are. So let's see, margins of victory for Boston is what I'm looking at. If you haven't subscribed, guys, make sure you subscribe. We post a lot of free information as well. There's a link in the description that says free, and you can get the free stuff. We posted a play yesterday, which hit pretty easily. The Bulls dominated, the Knicks dominated, and the Warriors dominated. And the one I shared in the free was the Warriors. Actually, the Warriors, I was watching the end of that when on my drive home, and it was pretty close at the end. All right, what's going on here? This dragon. Celtics. All right, guys, bear with me. I'm going to share my entire stuff that I looked at for the day, and then you guys can pick and choose whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to have to go into your own book and kind of figure out what you want, how you want to pair them up, how you want to risk it, whatever you want to do. But I'll share all my notes that I have right now. I'm just waiting for this damn Boston thing to load up. Let me keep going on the other game. So the Rockets, let's go to the Rockets now. If you guys want to take a screenshot of the Celtics right here, so that's up to you guys. That's pretty much the analysis. Now we got the Rockets are going to whoop on the Jazz. The Jazz are horrible. They're supposed to win by 17. They got all these dudes that are out. The Rockets are healthy. The only problem here is that the Rockets don't cover spreads. You can see they cover 3 of the last 7 or the last 10. But then the Jazz don't cover spreads either. So there's a massive favorite against the Jazz. They have the worst record on the league. Damn, I didn't know that. I thought the Wizards had the worst record. All right, so let's see. I'm waiting for the Boston to load up. It's not loading. What the hell? Anyways, this thing is just not loading for me. So I'm going to try this for Boston, and then I'll do this manually, actually, because this thing is not loading. So give me a second. So let's see. I'm going to have to do this manually now. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to type in Boston, Celtics, ATS, last 5. All right, so let's see. So you can see they covered the spread 4-1 over here in the last 5 games. So they're covering spreads. Let's see what the totals are, though. So they hit this. What the hell? So right here, they covered the spread by 6 or 7. Right here, they covered it by 13. Right here, they covered it by 25. Right here, they covered it by 10. So the line today is 10. So if you look at all these numbers, they should be able to cover the spread because there's 2 reasons. Right here, when they only hit 6 and when they only hit 3, they were facing – who the hell were they facing? Portland, Kings, Suns, Spurs, Memphis. So you got to see who they were facing as well. So if I go here, they're facing the Jazz today. I'm sorry, that's not the Jazz. They're facing the Heat. All right, I'm going to call it, man. Let's go with – I'm overthinking this shit. Let's go with Celtics minus 4.5. That's what I'll do. Minus 4.5 just to be on the safe side. And then Rockets, I'm going to go and do this manually as well. I'm just going to switch this out again. Rockets. What's up? Good morning. All right, so this shit is not loading. Oh, I know what happened here. My computer's dragging, guys. Sorry about that. So here we go. Rockets. So you can see they've only covered the spread one time in the last 5 games. They are facing the Jazz, which is they're horrible. I don't trust these guys, man, to be honest. I trust them to win, but I don't trust them. So what I'll do with the Rockets, I'll leave them alone, and I'll try to catch them live. But I don't even think I'm going to do that. There should be enough stuff to look at today. So that's what I'll do. Let me stop sharing this right here. I'm going to go back to my other sheet, and then I'm going to give you guys what I'm looking at. So I give you guys a lot of value already, man. I should drop, if you guys could drop a subscribe, I would appreciate that. Let's see. There's a link in the description of this video that says Beast Sports Picks. You can see all the options there. We have VIP, free, Discord. We've been blowing it up in Discord. I'm not going to share any screenshots, but we have a lot of people making money in there. If you guys are interested in that, it's only $10. And if you guys, I'm not going to talk about it actually, but I'm trying to give away free Discord if you sign up for Dabble. But send me a DM or let me send you my number. Send me a text if you guys are interested in a free Discord. Send me a text message. I'm not going to try to explain it right now. So let's see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm loading this up so I can give you all the stuff that I looked at just now. So bear with me, and then I'm going to look at baseball, if you guys don't mind. All right. So here we go. So this is what I'm liking right now. I'm going to take the Cavs -6.5, the Pacers -3.5, OKC -9.5, Clippers -9.5, Celtics -4.5. Optional, if I can't find good value on these, I'll probably use the Kings as money line. I'll probably do a straight up bet with the Dallas Mavericks. And then this one, I'll catch it live if possible, meaning I'm going to go to my, if you haven't seen my other video where I talk about using sports alerts, so you would get something called sports alerts on your phone. Actually, I'm going to do it right now, and I'll walk you through what I'm doing. So I'm opening up an app called Sports Alerts. Sports Alerts. What the fuck? None. Sports Alerts. Okay, then I'm going to go to Rockets. Where the hell is it? So I'm going to Rockets, and then I'm going to click on Set Alerts, and I'm going to click on where it says Game Started. I'm going to click on Start of Quarter, End of Quarter. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not, but I'm clicking 3 little check marks, and it says Start of Game Start, Start of Quarter, End of Quarter. So now I don't have to worry about this. Later on today, I'll start getting alerts on my phone, and the first one's going to be when the game starts, at the beginning of the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter, at the beginning of the second quarter. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm just getting the scores. I'm just looking at the scores. So what I'm looking for is that if the Rockets at any point in the game, they're losing by, let's say hopefully they're losing by like 5 or 10, then I'll be able to buy the money line pretty cheap. I hope that makes sense. All right. So again, guys, I just got to go and see what's up with the value on these plays and then put them in. Let me know if you guys have questions. I'm going to show baseball now. This is the notes. I'm not going to go through it, but it's a lot of stuff. So let's see. This is the kind of information I share inside of Discord as well. Every morning I throw it in there, and then you can kind of do your own research from there. But check this out. This is strong data. The Texas Rangers, Rangers are 30% hit rate in their last 39 games. Obviously, this information goes back all the way to last season. So don't take this. You got to take this for what it is. This goes back all to last season, and they might have different players, different pitchers, all that other stuff. So anyways, just take it for what it is. 30% hit rate. Pirates are 67% hit rate. Royals are 71% hit rate. Nationals are 10% hit rate. Giants are 81% hit rate. The Mets are 82%. Orioles are 66%, and Phillies are 78%. So again, guys, take this for what it is. This is from last season all the way up to today. I'm going to give you guys one more for college today. This is the one I'm looking at. So I'm looking to fade the Bulldogs with Boise State. So I haven't done the research yet. Don't quote me on that. I'm going to go and do the research. I also looked at some shots on goal for hockey, and nothing came up for me. Yesterday, we missed it by one guy. But I've been hitting on those for about 3 to 4 weeks now. And what else? And then the next thing I'm gonna start doing pretty soon here is I'm waiting for the guy to come off of, because he lives in Pakistan, and he's the one that builds my scrapers. So I'm waiting for him to work on my batter. He's gonna update my batter props scraper. Once that's fixed, I'll be able to do this pretty simple for my batter props. But again, guys, that's all coming up. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff that I've been talking about, go to the link in the description. Go all the way to the bottom here, and it says tools that we use. Also, if you guys want to check us out on the VIP, don't snooze on this Discord, guys. There's a lot of people, I know a lot of you are already on there, but if you guys are on there and making money, can you guys comment? Let people know. I would appreciate it. Also, the tool that we use for props, which I've actually stayed away from props for a while. Reason being that we've been hitting so much on the money lines and spreads. It doesn't make sense for me to lose money on a prop when I'm making money on the money lines and the spreads. So I'm sticking to what's working. And that's usually what I do. And after every season, at the beginning of every season, I have something called after action review. So what this means is that in the military, I learned that too, is that after every mission, after everything, you have to kind of go in and do your research on what worked, what didn't work, what did you change, stuff like that. So it's pretty much just going back and looking at what's winning, what's losing, and why. And then, so I have all that information for basketball already for next season. Anyways, what I try to say with that is I know for a fact that I was not hitting with props in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I basically just got away from it. I hope that makes sense, guys. All right. Let's see. So this is what I was trying to say, guys. Go to Dabble. The link is in the description. Click on Dabble. And if you sign up right here, if you sign up for Dabble right here and you type in the word Beast Sports, they'll hook you up with $25 for free. So then you can use those 25 to parlay these plays that I just gave you. All right. Yeah, thank you, Azul. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys. So I'm pretty much done talking about everything that I needed to talk about. Let me know if you have any questions. We do have 4 cappers inside of the Discord now. So it's not just me posting the stuff in there, it's 4 different people. And then also people inside the community are posting their own wins and their own plays as well. So we have a channel in there that says community bets. So it's a lot of value in there if you guys want to check that out. And then I'm going to quickly go over these things one more time, and then I'll stop talking. So Cavaliers to win, Pacers to win, Kings to win, Celtics to win, Rockets to win, Mavericks to win, Thunder to win, Clippers to win. And then I'm just taking those at different numbers here. So that's all right here. Cavs -6.5, Pacers -3.5, OKC Thunder -9.5, Clippers 9.5, Celtics 9.5, Kings money line, Dallas money line, and Rockets if I can catch them live. I hope you guys enjoyed this, man. It was a long video because there's a lot of information I had to explain. But Bob says I'm in the Discord and I'm making money. Thanks, man. Appreciate the comment. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is my new flow. I got banned on TikTok. It says permanent ban, and I'm done with them. So basically, if you guys subscribe to this channel, I'll be coming on these lives instead, and I'll be focused my time creating more solid videos and spending my time doing what I love, and fuck TikTok. So anyways, guys, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys, and let's make some money. Thank you, guys. Let's have a great day.